Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich, and I just realized something. This sucks. This is why we're having issue with army experience. Minus 30% army experience. Plus 50% army leader cost. The training time is Planning speed, I don't care that much about planning. I mean, planning is good. It gives you massive bonuses if you can execute a plan like that, but right now, with the way the front lines work and the fact that we are in a sort of civil war scenario, plans aren't all that useful. Because we have to shift them all around and stuff, and we're in a constantly evolving situation. But, so this, I thought this was broken, but it's not that broken. I think it's just, yeah, experience. I mean, I don't know, it seems super good, but I don't know what's going on, like, in terms of, surely this would just bring us up to speed, but it feels so, like it's super strong, I don't know. I don't see it over here, though. It's not national spirit, it's something else. You can see them on, like, there is a place where you can see all the modifiers. Oh, these are all the factions. There's a place where you can see all the modifiers. But where, though? Where, though? Also, there's no factions here anymore. Third International. Third International. Okay, that's cool. We probably have to join them. So we can deal with the Reichspakt. Liberate Vietnam. And Laos, for that matter. And probably Cambodia and Thailand and all that. Stay strong, my friend. Okay. Let's see. By the way, my like, what do you call it? Like my obsession with Syria and Kaiserreich has nothing to do with modern Syria. Well, something, but not actually like the modern Syrian state, because the modern Syrian state kind of sucks. I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. Sublime Ottoman Federation is invading the Emirate of Cyrenaica. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Cyrenaica? I think they broke free, or did they not? No, they didn't. These were, yeah, these were like an Ottoman puppet state, weren't they? Yeah, they've broken free of the Ottoman Federation. Yeah. I want to get back into the volunteer business now, actually. For the brief time that we have to do so before we attack the Yunnan. Sending one division won't really hurt that much, right? This is crossing the Dai River. That's about attacking the Fengshan government, which it would kind of be cool to invade the Fengshan government early, but I think that could probably spark something in the Japanese, right? Because they are somewhat... Yeah, they have the Kwantung army there in Manchuria or something like that. Like, the Japanese have military access there. So maybe we hold off on the Fengshan government until we are ready to potentially tangle with the most dangerous faction in all of East Asia right now. Besides us, I suppose. Oh, and also, by the way, I mentioned something, I'm gonna unpause while I do this. I mentioned something the other day, the other episode, which was recorded yesterday. Sorry, not meant to peel away the veil or the curtain like that, but I mentioned something in the other episode about, I don't remember which one. Oh my god! Also, this is amazing. Oh yeah, I mean that. Fuck you, Union of Britain. I mentioned how we are inventing our own like story about how our country came to be and who we are and all that, and our history. And I mentioned that as something that's very, very common in revolutionary government, like the Soviet government, for example, or you know, whatever. Like Vietnam did it, everyone did it, North Korea as well. But this isn't only something in revolutionary governments. I hope I mentioned it, revolutionary France did this, of course, as well, but it's not only something that happens in revolutionary governments, it also happens in governments in which, like, nationalist, and I'm talking the good nationalist movements, sort of bring about a national unification or national, national, I guess, emancipation, so, like, when you have movements for national emancipation, which I suppose this could be argued, it is, you then, after the emancipation or after the country is its own country with its own sovereignty, there is a very strong tendency to then start to look back and try to figure out what our history is, because our history before then was subservience to this other nation. This happened in Norway, where we were, in a personal union with Denmark, and then under union with Sweden until 1905. And after 1905, even before 1905, we started having these discussions, especially historians in Norway, about what is the history of Norway, who are we, and that shaped a lot of the future history of Norway, the way it was written. And just looking to see if there's anything that can reduce that experience gain. Yeah, that's leader experience gain. We don't care about that. We want the army experience gain. That's a big one. There's nothing, I don't think. I think that's only over here, right? No, it's only leader experience gain. Damn. Okay, well, so this also happened in Germany after World War II, actually, when you have a new a new democratic Germany, like you didn't have ever since 1933 in Germany. And one could argue that you never had it until then in Germany, because the democracy was so deeply flawed and so deeply entwined with existing non-democratic power structures. But you start to create these narratives in Germany as you start to figure out who you are, and you get all these hypotheses, like the Sonderweg hypothesis, which is the German idea that Germany took a special path in its historical development that was abnormal, that was special, which is just a very strange and problematic hypothesis, because it sort of, the idea is sort of justifying the fact that Germany fell to the Nazi, allowed the Nazis, I guess, to come into power. And there's nothing, well, there's plenty to be ashamed of, I suppose, but there's nothing special that happened to Germany that made that happen. Because when you say that, you sort of say a lot of things. You say, A, this won't happen elsewhere, because this is a special German thing, but I mean, it happened in Italy, and it almost happened in a bunch of other countries. It sort of almost happened in Spain, were it not for the fact that the guy who took power was even more brutal than the fascists, and sort of crushed them, I guess, but he used them to begin with. And it almost happened in Romania, right? And, sort of did. And then you have, tons of these other countries where it happened or almost happened, and it's, almost happening in countries today. So that's a problematic thing you say by doing that. And then you... Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here while I'm also explaining something, which is very, very hard. This is really good, but I want... Let's do this first. It's only 35 days. Tungsten mines, where are you? Oh my god, industrialize, yes? Holy crap! So many free factories. Well, they're not free, they cost political power, but still, we need political power. There we go, tungsten mine. So that is one problematic thing, but you also sort of assert that there is such a thing as a normal path of historical development from aristocracy to democracy, that they said that Germany they took their own path. That's also not true. There's no such thing as a normal path. There's no such thing as a tech or cultural development timeline like you would have in Civilization 5 or 6 or whatever civilization you want to play, because I think they all have it. I've only played 4 and upwards. And that idea is also problematic. There's nothing special about that, but that's the thing. We start to create these things because all of history is created, right? It's all something that we've invented to explain what happened, right? History isn't what happened; it's how we explain it, and yeah. So you start to create these narratives, and in Norway, the narratives sort of. Very cool. The narratives also differed, and some were more reasonable than others. Deep battle. Yes, immediately. Now, someone may have been screaming at me about this being the wrong path to go as China. I don't, like, I don't care. I've decided. No, I do care. If you think so, I'm sorry, but these videos are being pre-recorded ahead of time because I'm trying to, like, I'm basically returning to doing regular YouTube stuff, and because of that, I'm recording a lot ahead of time so I can have a consistent schedule, while I also have a bunch of other stuff to do because I have a master's thesis to hand in. I also have, Manila, the capital of Philippines, has fallen to the Japanese are invading. Fuck. Yeah, I have a bunch of things to do, and also I'm doing an exam in, like, Holocaust and genocide studies, which is going to be fun. Yeah, so a bunch of stuff on my plate, so I'm trying to get ahead of the release schedule, which sadly will mean that I will not be able to respond to tips or criticism as soon as possible, or as soon as I would like to. It'll be delayed by a few episodes, and at this point, maybe even 9 episodes, which is annoying. But it may... oh, Iraq declared war. Iraq is broken free. Iraq has their own tree as well. Also a country that I was looking at. Socialist agitation removes... Okay, so that's like a way to stop the socialists from agitating too much. Let's have a look at what socialist agitation does. Daily radical socialist support and daily social democrat support. I wonder what happens if you just let that go. Nationalize the oil sector or not. Huh. They seem very... Requires redistribute Miri land. They seem very, very... The Parks and Hospital project, they seem very, very cool. Very blessed. A central director for basic utilities sounds like... yeah, sounds pretty good. Bismarck of the Arabs, the home of civilization. What's this? So one of them is... Oh, yeah, okay, so this is the Arab unification, I guess, and this is the Arab, like, I guess conquering them? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Interesting. Oh yeah, we didn't send them. My bad. Hey. You want some help? This is sad because we're so close to actually connecting the lines there. I don't think we're gonna send volunteers to the combined syndicates because this war is such an immense scale that I don't think we are going to be super effective. No new decisions unlocked on that. This is pretty good, and we are going to have to research this pretty soon. And it gives 8% research bonus, which is incredibly huge. Otherwise, there's nothing else that I... Like, this is good, but I don't want to necessarily make a decision on these, because it's... That daily political power gain is going to be so important in the industrialization and the integration, right? But that consumer goods factories is also going to be really important. Let's prohibit it. Oh, there we go, actually. Declares war on the Shaanxi clique. They get event Kuomintang preparing attack against us. Shaanxi clique, they're pretty small. We really should have no trouble with them. At all. But I wish I had more armies to pull off of a line to put them on another line, but I guess I could put the Hoi on there. That's more divisions I could have put on that line, but actually no, let's put them on, yeah, on the south. South is all covered, but I do want some places where there's 2, just in case. That way, like, an unfortunate accident doesn't immediately break the line. Now, this is incredibly dangerous. I don't like that. This is so close to a disastrous encirclement, so I'm going to immediately head over and help out there. Like, at the very least, just holding the line there. Let's see, we can industrialize Nanjing, which gives us a civilian factory. All of them give us 1 civilian factory, but I'm gonna go with... Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, they just all give us 1 civilian factory. It doesn't necessarily matter that much which one we go with, because they reduce our manpower by 1,500, then give us 1,500 with some of them. Some are 3,000, some are 1,000. Does not matter. We'll have to take out the Markleek as well. At some point. We'll have to take out pretty much all of these, I guess, but I don't want to take them out anytime soon, because this terrain does scare me. Looking at it. Like, all these wide tiles with a bunch of desert, plains, and mountains. And some of it seems to get cold as well. Uh-oh. Where are they weakest? They have 2 infantry here, 1 cavalry, which is under strength, 1 infantry, and 1 militia here. So I think this is where they're weakest. But they're not actually being... See, they're not being attacked there. They are being attacked there. This could be a counterattack, because they're attacking from 2 different directions. But I doubt they're going to get worn out enough for us to actually do a counterattack with a single division. Iraq is capitulated, oh well. Syria is getting big, getting chunky. Which is actually good, because now they have 1 line, or 1 front line there. 1 front line there, and this front line is going to close from both ends. And then they can probably just send all their troops up to the top front line. The bad part is that they are fighting directly outside of Damascus, and Damascus looks, oh my god, looks huge. It's like... larger than... Well, actually, they all look pretty huge. Huh. Yeah. Opium prohibition. Let's do the Ghana New Deal. Makes it cheaper to integrate. Ooh. Now that would be nice whenever we need it, but we don't need it anytime soon, but this is really good. You know what? Why not? Yeah, why not declare war before we end this episode. They have 3 divisions on the front line. I think our militia should be able to do this. So what we'll do is we'll I'm gonna go here actually, because I don't want to go into the mountain. But I do want to cross over the hills and into the plains there, and then I can cross over to those hills and cross over towards this way with the cavalry here. Let's do it. And the Shaanxi click threat, and just request whenever we can. We need rubber as well, but we won't get that for a while. There's no rubber down here. Oh my god, there are so many resources down there that I want. So much tungsten, so much steel, so much chromium as well. Chromium is not useful yet, but it's useful for the medium and heavy tanks, I believe. We have more military factories. Let's put those on the artillery, and let's actually, I think... No, let's not yet. How much artillery is used on each modernized infantry? We are at war. 12. Okay, no, we actually probably have enough. I think we definitely have enough. Oh, hold on. Though we won't do it during wartime, of course. That seems rather silly. Oh, you know what I just completely forgot to do? This whole big part of the game where you draft plants and then allow the plants to disseminate and, you know, give you the planning bonus. Yeah, the militia aren't going to beat them back. But that's not the point. We're not fighting to kill troops, we're fighting to take land. Fighting for land and advantage. You know what? I think we are at the point now where we could start doing this. Who was I just buying from? Yeah, Dutch. Good. Not German East Asia. Oh, that's annoying. Sort of ruined part of my plan there. Just go. Who can we pull off? Who do we view as least threatening at the moment? None of them. They're all very threatening right now. This army will be the closest, though. So why don't we put them on the line? Not that I necessarily think we'll need it. Oh, you hold there now. Recon and engineering are both really good. But I'm gonna go with recon first because we're not defending all that much. Ooh. Wait, Iraq capitulated again. Okay. There we go with the New Deal. Now, notice how what happens to everyone happened to me. I saw the troops on the line. Of course, they had troops on other lines, and I thought, you know, we could just rush in and encircle before anything becomes problematic. Turns out, they had too many troops for that. But we are probably going to get a pretty big encirclement anyhow, now that we have the actual professional troops on the line as well. But this fighting across the river is just not really good at all. Pin them. Oh, that's not good. I was wondering why the arrow was going down there earlier, and now I have my answer, I guess. Blue and purple, not amazing combo there. Let's see, what do we get here? We get probably... Probably. One of these, I think. Yeah, that one, I think. Dare to Die for. That's not good, because we're now going to have to counterattack. So the blues here aren't actually coordinating with the purples at the moment, which is somewhat annoying. Let's see. Let's try to attack there to create a smaller encirclement, and you can actually attack across here. One tried and tested true, they're modernized infantry. One tried and tested true, like, strategy is to always attack with the tiles that are not under threat from any other direction, and then all the ones that could be attacked from different directions, you control right-click on the attack marker in order to have them instead help out in the attack. We need 4 in order to do the steal, right? So that's a long-term goal. Instead, we should go for short-term goals. And honestly, I think mountain infantry now is pretty good. Especially for up here. And here. We are going to need it in several places. Oh my god! What? How did that start? They must have just finished the national focus, so they must have actually done one of the ones that make them declare war, right? The final battle. Can't declare war against the German Empire. It must have been this, spreading the revolution and then the final battle. Huh. So the Russians have... Oh, and then the Commune of France seized on it. And the Weltkrieg has begun. And then the Russian Socialist Republic has joined the Third Internationale. Oh my god, that's sneaky. So... Dominion of India declared war on the Bharatiya Commune. We have the World War. The World War has begun. And it began in the east. And I've never seen that before in Kaiserreich, I don't think. It began with Russia. With a Russian invasion of... I'm assuming maybe the Don Kuban Union, right? Because that's what I saw first, I think. That or Azerbaijan or something. Second Weltkrieg. Oh, that's dreadful. I'm about to lose all my Hui. What did you stop? Denmark has joined the Reichspakt, as they do because I believe the Germans threatened them, or they put pressure on them to the point where they sort of just have to make a decision. Well, no, militia, you are kind of useless for anything other than holding space. So that's what I'm gonna have to. That's what I'm gonna have you do. Three military factories. We are going to start the new equipment line, and with that, we are going to stop the old line. Like so. That's going to be dreadful for our equipment situation, but I just hope to God that this war does not last for too long. Now we can swap our equipment designer for an artillery designer, and we will do that before we research the new artillery. We can yeah, we can just keep researching light tanks, because we only have light tank armor designers, right? Yep. Oh, it feels so good to play a nation that really has no business, like, in the early game, doing, like, real... Or, you know, using real military technology that you would in the late game, or in the mid game as a major nation. And then, you know, get to that point, like industrializing and getting the tanks and stuff. It feels so good to do that as a nation like this. Uh-oh. An encirclement. Now we're no longer encircled, and we have another military factory. This is going to take ages to build up. So I'm keeping this going in perpetuity, more or less. You know what? This is what we're going to need a lot of anyways. Does it build faster if I put more factories on it? No, it doesn't. No, it does. There we go. We're gonna need a lot of fighters as well. Is anyone taking that territory? Yes, they are. Just attack. The rest assist. It's trying to break out. That's fine. Yeah, we're starting to have strength issues as well. You are good enough. I'm going to send you to the front. I'm going to send you to that front. Improve our support. Civility and war support, okay. Let us do nothing for a while. Dominion of Canada declared war on the Union of Britain, so they're trying to return home, which means they're probably not going to invade or get involved in the war over there. Infantry equipment, towed artillery, yes. Minus 5%. Getting wounded. Oh, great. That being said, we are at or past the 30-minute mark. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.